Have you ever been intensely attracted to someone who was completely wrong for you? Maybe you couldn't stop thinking about them. Maybe you were obsessed about them. Maybe the chemistry was just incredible. Or maybe you felt like they were the one. And yet, relationship ended with a heartbreak. If you've ever experienced that, this episode is for you. So many people confuse attraction with love. They are not the same thing. And confusing the two may be the biggest reason why people end up in unfulfilling and painful relationships. Welcome to the Connection Catalyst podcast, episode number 29. I'm Karolina, the Connection Catalyst, and I'm here to tell you about attraction today. What builds attraction? Why are we attracted to the wrong people? And how to get more awareness about this topic so that then we can examine and choose more consciously the people that we end up in a relationship with. It's important to know that attraction is a clue. It's not a conclusion, not the end game, okay? Most people feel that attraction is a sign. Oh, I feel attracted to him or her, therefore we should be together in a relationship. But attraction is not showing you that. It's just information. And mostly it's your system saying, oh, there is something in this person that I want, that I desire. And so the important question to ask yourself is, what is it exactly that I want, that I see in this person? And then kind of bring it back to yourself rather than making it all about the other. Because often it's not about the person, it's about what we believe that a person can give us. So I have an example. I used to have a client who was attracted to a wealthy man, okay? So when she examined herself after being attracted to him, she was not that physically attracted, but she realized that she was attracted to the stability that he could give her, to the security financially, to the confidence that he had and displayed because he was running a business. So, of course, his aura was confident, and she has felt like not very confident throughout her life. So, that was really attractive, a little attractive to her, and financial freedom, doing whatever they wanted to do. But actually, when she examined herself and asked, like, okay, do I genuinely want to be in a relationship with this person? Or am I just trying to get the feeling of safety, security, financial freedom through this person? But they are not actually good for me. They're not actually compatible with me. So if it's your conscious choice, then it changes everything. Because if we are just like making decisions based on the subconscious mind, based on the automatic programming that we have from childhood, then we might end up in relationships that are absolutely not fulfilling for us. But when you are okay with choosing, for example, stability over whether this person is present with us or connected to us a lot, or whether we are physically attracted to them, everyone is free to choose whatever they want. But it's important that we make a conscious choice rather than believing our unconscious desires and unconscious needs and just letting them run the show. Attraction often shows us which kind of needs of ours we have unmet, and also which parts of us we suppress. So many attractions are actually pointing out to us what we are missing. Maybe it's love, maybe it's validation, maybe it's safety, maybe it's passion, maybe it's protection or adventure or excitement, whatever it is, right? And the stronger the attraction, the more important it is for us to ask, okay, what is this person representing for me? Because usually when we are extremely attracted to someone, it's because we are suppressing and rejecting or disowning or denying the part of us that is like them. So, for example, if someone is a couch potato and never traveled anywhere, they might be attracted to a very free spirited person that just goes on adventures, travels the world everywhere, and then the couch potato person might think, oh, I really need this person in my life. But actually, when they reflect and when they consciously see what they're attracted to, is they would feel, okay, maybe I need more freedom in my life. And then when I adopt and express the part of me that I have inside that is free, I might actually stop being attracted to this person outside of me, right? Through the process of parts work, which I explained in one of the previous episodes, we can discover what kind of part of us we suppress that we are so attracted to in the person. So, for example, we can take the part of us that is like us and then take the part of us that is like them and see what is missing in the communication and integration between these parts. Because especially when we are craving someone, when we are obsessed with someone, we just suppress the part of us that is like them. If I was a people pleaser, for example, I was extremely obsessed with the part of me that it was reflected in someone else that was narcissistic, right? Because I haven't expressed this part of me much in my life. Or when I was feeling like a piece of shit inside, unworthy and not confident, I was super attracted to very confident men. And don't get me wrong, I'm still attracted to confident men, but it's not from the same energy. I'm not craving them anymore. I'm not obsessed anymore because I've integrated in me the confident parts of me. And now I feel confident in my daily life. And I just want someone to match me on this level. So attraction is a mirror. So if there is, for example, very logical guy, he would be extremely attracted to super emotional woman, right? Because there is polarity. The more polarity there is, the more attraction there is. So someone is super masculine, they will be attracted to someone who is super feminine. And of course, sometimes this can come up in conflicts, right? Because the man can criticize the woman to be too emotional, and the woman can be like, oh, you're too emotionally disconnected. But we often attract people that show us something about ourselves also in order to grow and in order to expand our awareness. And then through seeing what we are attracted to in our partner, for example, we are able to grow beyond our current self and become more like them in a way. So, not suppress these parts of us that we are attracted to in them, but actually start expressing them. And therefore, relationships and attraction can be very helpful for us to develop as human beings. So, let's talk about the traps of attraction, right? Because we often fall in love with a fantasy. We are attracted to someone and we were raised on romantic movies and Disney movies, and we think that, okay, if someone is handsome or if the girl is beautiful, it means that we're gonna be with each other forever. And we start idealizing them in our mind. We start thinking about the future with the potential of who they could be rather than who they are. We might create an overlay, a perceptional filter on them just because they are beautiful or attractive physically. We might perceive them in a completely different way than they are, just, fantasizing and idealizing about them. But this is not healthy to fall in love with a future story, with a fantasy, with the idea, with a role that we want them to play in our life. An example could be, okay, you meet someone, within 2 weeks, you're already planning to maybe travel together, or maybe you imagine getting married and having kids with them, or growing old together, right? So beautiful. But then, actually, it goes to shit because you barely know the person. So you've created a character around them, and then you just cast them into the movie of your future. But it's not actually legitimately true. And there might be a massive incompatibility, in fact, because attraction doesn't equal compatibility. This is one of the hardest lessons that we get in relationships because sometimes someone can be very charismatic and beautiful and loving and sexually attractive, and the relationship is so exciting, but then still be completely incompatible with you. And you need to know that chemistry and compatibility are completely different things. Compatibility is when you can really meet each other's non negotiable needs. I will talk more about compatibility in further episodes because it's so crucial to understand this topic. And this is even one of the modules of the course for couples that I created because we need to do a legit compatibility check if we treat someone as a long term partner and if we want to build life and family and the future with them. But first, we need to get to know them. The fact that we are attracted to them doesn't mean shit. So, example, you meet someone and you have such an amazing chemistry, and they are so beautiful, and you're on the same page with many, many different things, but then they want children and you don't, for example. Or they need freedom and you want commitment. Or they value achievement and success and you value connection. Or they want to live in one country because that's where their family is, but you want to live in a completely different country. The attraction can be very real, right? And compatibility is what really matters in long term happiness and fulfillment and well being in our relationship and in our life. And also, we need to understand where attraction can come from because a lot of attraction comes from childhood wounds. I spoke about trauma bonding already before, and it's really important topic because we can be attracted to something that is familiar to us from childhood. For example, I used to be attracted to emotionally unavailable men because my dad was emotionally unavailable. We often become attracted to people who activate our unresolved emotional patterns. So, in my case, it would be like, oh, yeah, I choose this emotionally unavailable man that reminds me of my dad, so that now I experience the opposite and he will finally want me and choose me. And it feels like, for my subconscious mind, it's a great idea, but it's not, right? Because I'm going to end up feeling hurt and rejected again. And that's what happened to me before when I was so attracted to a guy based on trauma bonding. And if you don't know what trauma bonding is, come back to one of the previous episodes. And I have had such a obsession with him for maybe like 5 months, but he didn't really give me any like romantic signs. He friend-zoned me pretty much from the get-go, but I was like obsessed, and it was total trauma bonding because then he even rejected me as a friend, abandoned me, and so on. But fortunately, I healed all this shit, and we are friends now. Fast forward a few years, but like when I felt this strong craving for him. I had two poems written about him within 12 hours of freaking meeting him or whatever, and multiple songs and stuff. Like, when this happens, you know that something is not right. I was like a crazy freaking teenager. Does it mean that this was the right person for me? Absolutely no. But it was an important journey for me to go through, to meet him, go through my shit, heal the issues that he triggered, and then let it go. And I've never had this situation since because I healed the trauma bonding, the experience from childhood in me that was even creating this experience in my adulthood again. We also need to make a distinction between attraction and love because it's not the same thing, and so many people confuse it. Attraction just happens based on what we want, and we might think that we can only get this from the person in front of us. But love is chosen, and attraction is like, oh, I want something. I want this person, or I want something that this person has. But love is like, oh, I care about you. I care about your well being. And attraction is, what can I get from this person? What can I receive? But love is more like, what is the best for both of us? I really take you as a part of me. So, what is the best scenario for me and you? It's completely different because attraction can happen instantly. In a split second, we look at someone, we're like, oh my God, they're so hot. But love is built through conscious commitment and devotion, and constantly choosing to take this other person as a part of us, which is different than just being pulled towards someone in attraction. And many people, when they meet someone that they feel safe with, freak out because they think that everything should be like in Hollywood movies, right? Butterflies in the stomach, obsession, craving, not sleeping because you think about them so much, or constant uncertainty, anxiety, whether they will answer or not. But healthy love feels completely different. It feels like peace, like safety, like consistency, like relaxation. And it doesn't feel like a roller coaster. So for people who are used to attracting people based on the trauma, it can actually feel weird because like it's more like coming home. It's more like being just, at complete at complete peace. But Many people just confuse it, and then it's like, oh, if I don't have this crazy obsession, am I actually in love? But you might be, but it's more healthy love, more mature love, rather than just craving attraction and obsession. Because in a healthy relationship, you don't have to earn love, you don't have to prove yourself, you don't have to chase, or you don't have to perform, right? You can just be yourself, and someone takes you as you are. They love you as you are, with all your flaws and all your imperfections, right? So, attraction is not really something to ignore because it gives us valuable information, but let's not confuse it with love or with even appreciation for someone. So, when attraction arises, to get more conscious about whatever is happening in your body, you can ask yourself the following questions. First of all, what do I want that this person reflects? Second, what need is this person representing for me? Third, am I seeing this person as they actually are, or am I creating some kind of idea of them? Four, are we genuinely compatible? Are we able to genuinely meet our non negotiable needs and our desires? Are we on the same page with the main things in life? Five, is this attraction helping me expand and grow as a person? And six, is this relationship good for us? Is it beneficial? Is it enhancing my life, enriching it, adding to my life? Or does this relationship take my energy away and it drains me? And the goal here is not to stop feeling attracted to people. It's impossible. We are going to keep feeling attracted to people, but it's to become conscious of what we are attracted to in someone, because then we can make a choice whether we want to base our decision to be with someone or not on this need or desire that they are representing for us or not. Because attraction may start a relationship, but conscious love is what will actually sustain it in a healthy way. Thank you so much for being here with me, for watching or listening. I'm really grateful for you. Send this to someone who needs to understand the concept of attraction. Like and subscribe and follow if you like my vibe. And if you have any questions or you want to get to know me more, feel free to comment or go to my website, karolinakuraj.com, Karolina with K, Kuraj.com. And you can also write me an email at connectioncatalyst@gmail.com. I help couples and also individuals to create even deeper connection and intimacy with themselves, others, and the world around them. So feel free to contact me if you need any support or if you struggle with some challenges. Maybe I'll be able to help or direct you in the right way. Thank you so much again, and until the next episode.